So today we're going to learn about the order of operation. So what I have referred to many times as BEDMAS, right? So which way, when I have a bunch of things, added and subtracted and multiplied and powered and brackets all together, what do I do? How do I do it in order to get the correct answer? Because if you don't follow the order of operation, you're not going to get the right answer. All right? So the order of operation, the acronym for it is BEDMAS, and the reason why it is because you have to do brackets first. So when you have your brackets, you have to simplify inside the brackets first. Okay? First thing you do. After that, you want to do the exponent. So anything in the equation that has a power, so if you have, let's say, 3 to the power of 4, this is considered as exponent. You have to find the value of that, followed by division and multiplication. Now, division and multiplication is a little bit tricky. Okay? With division and multiplication, you have to look at which one comes first. Is the division sign coming first, or is the multiplication sign coming first? Okay? So, for example, if you have 6 divided by 2 times 4. Which one comes first, division or multiplication? Reading from left to right as you would read your sentence.
Division. Right?
Division comes first, right? So you must do 6 divided by 2 first, which is 3. Then you do multiplied by 4, which is 12. If you don't follow the order of operation, right? And if you go, okay, I'm just gonna do whatever I want because I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want, right? And you go, okay, I want to do 2 times 4 first, and then I get 6 divided by 8 is divided by, so that's gonna be 3 over 4. That's your answer. Are these two answers the same? Are they the same? They're not, right? The first one was 12, the other one was 3 over 4. What's gonna happen is, I'm gonna say, be wrong, right? Because you did not follow the rules, which is the order of operation.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm not planning to, but does the calculator do BEDMAS too?
It does. Calculator would do BEDMAS, but you have to enter it properly. If you don't enter it properly, it will mess it up for you.
Sure.
Okay? So if you actually do 6 divided by 2 times 4, exactly the way you see it, it will do it for you. Okay? You can try that. However, there's always this kind of, I don't know if you guys have Facebook at all, and if you ever see on Facebook like this, try this math, no one can get this answer. And then there is always a fight of what the answer is, right? Because I even tried once. I'm like, okay, I know what the answer is. I tried 2 different calculators. Each calculator gave me a different thing. And the reason for that is this. I want you to try, do you guys agree that this and this means the same thing? They're not the same thing? They are, right? 6 divided by 2 times 4, right? 6 divided by 2 times 4, right? I want you on the calculator, put these 2 on the calculator, like separately, and tell me what you're gonna get. So this one, you got 12, right? That's what I got. Try this one. With the bracket, so make sure you have bracket, no multiplication, just bracket.
12.
So if you do 6 divided by 2, open bracket, 4, close bracket, 0.75. That's what I got you. See what I'm just trying to say? Now, which one is correct? And this is what the dilemma is on Facebook. Which one is correct? Technically, this is the correct one. Because, and don't get confused right now, I mean, I'm going into a little bit more details than what I need to do here, but I want to show you that this is actually, technically it's the same question, written differently, right? You guys all agree with me that it's 6 divided by 2 times 4? Both of them read the same thing, right? The reason why this is 0.75 is because, remember the word bracket?
It does the bracket first, right?
The calculator is programmed to do the brackets first. So it has to do the 2 times 4 first because there's a bracket, and then does 6 divided by that. However, when you enter it this way on the calculator, now the calculator knows that it has to go in order of, well, I have to do division first, then I have to do my multiplication. You guys understand the difference between the two? Right? So, and that's why I said, you can count on the calculator, but at the same time, you just saw, you both entered it the same way, and then it gave you two totally different answers.
So it depends on what you want your calculator to do.
Depends on the
No, it
math
depends
and
on
the question, right?
It depends on who programmed the calculator. Is it an engineer who programmed it? So your calculator is programmed by an engineer, because that's how they think, right? Your calculator is programmed by a mathematician.
All I know is that it's a free trial for 21 days, so it better be good.
Okay, that's the difference. Who programmed?
So one's a scientist, one's a mathematician? Is that what you're saying?
One's an engineer, and one is a mathematician. So, I mean, I'm a math person, I'm a mathematician. My husband is an engineer. We had the fight. But guess who won?
You.
No, him.
He did.
Aren't they both different types of math though? Like one's more theoretical, one's more
Yes.
real world?
But he proved it to me that I'm wrong and I agree with him and I
He proved it
totally
on your
agree.
calculator?
And that's the only time. No, he proved it to me by working backward. Yeah, by working backward. And it's the only sole time that I actually agree with him and I say, yes, you are right.
No problem.
I
Compromise.
don't usually agree.
You don't compromise.
Yeah. So do you guys understand the difference? And that's why I need you to understand that, okay, when I see the brackets, I want to deal with the brackets, okay, first, and then I do my division. All right? Because technically this is the right way. If you ask MCAT, right, you know that the test that they write for the math for the states, right, to go to the states and learn in the states, they will not accept the engineering way, they will only accept the mathematical way. That's my rule. Anyway, so division, if you're writing a sentence exactly like this, division comes before multiplication, so you have to do your division and do the multiplication. Are we okay with that? However, if you have this, which one you have to do first?
Division.
Multiplication comes first, right? You see? You're moving from left to right. What does the left say? 6 times 2.
Yeah.
So that math is pretty much agreed.
Exactly. When it comes to which one do I do first? Division or multiplication? Right?
Like, as you read it, as you see it, you answer it.
When it comes to division and multiplication. Okay? So 6 times 2 is 12. Divided by 4, that is 3. Because multiplication and multiplication is coming before division. Good. Now, addition and subtraction, they come last. So the last thing you want to do is after you simplify everything else, you're going to add and subtract your terms. Okay? So let's look into a question. So let's look at this one. 3 plus 6 times 2 minus 8.
7.
Why is that?
Because you divide 3 times 3 divided by 6.
3 what?
3 divided by 6.
That's a plus.
Oh.
Maybe you can't see that. There you go. Better?
6 times 2 is 12.
Yes. So first I have to deal with the multiplication, right? Because do I have brackets?
No.
No. Do I have exponents? No. What comes after? Division or multiplication, right? What do I have here? I have multiplication. So I have to deal with the multiplication first, right? So that's gonna be 3 plus 12 minus 8. Are we okay with that? Now you see that all what I have left is addition and subtraction, so I can do it all together. 3 plus 12 is 15. Take away 8 is
0.
make sense?
Wait. 3 plus 12.
It's 15.
Oh, that's 5. Sorry.
And take away 8.
I thought that was 2, sorry. Yeah, it's 7, yeah.
Are we okay? Alright.
I'm stuck on the first question actually, that's one thing that I wanted to ask.
Which one?
Because there's the division comes first,
No.
B.
It said, yes, it says division. Oh, which one? Oh, you mean
B.
B. Okay, this
Yeah,
one. Okay.
I tripped out by it.
What do you think?
Divide the whole thing, you can't though, can you?
You can't. So in this case, you're gonna have to imagine that you have the
Break the
top
numbers down.
that you're gonna have to do together first. You're gonna have to do the bottom together, and then you're gonna divide.
So if there's no bed mass, then you just go in.
This is bed mass if I write it this way.
Okay. Okay, I get it.
And mass and beyond.
That's the same thing as this.
Your brackets first.
I do my brackets first. So same with this. Now they don't technically have to put the brackets when they do it this way, but you still have to do the top first, the bottom, top by itself, bottom by itself, then you do your division. Okay? So that's gonna be 18 divided by 6, and that's going to be 3. Now question for you. When you're entering this on the calculator, how can you enter? What do you have to do?
The bracket, right?
Yes. You have to enter it exactly this way. You have to put bracket, 11 plus 7, close bracket, divided by, open another bracket, and then 9 minus 3, close bracket. That's the only way you're going to get the answer. Okay? The minute you do this, what is your calculator going to think? What are you doing? So what is it going to do first? That's right. You're going to do the 7 divided by 9 first, then you're going to do your addition and subtraction. So that's why your brackets are very important. Remember your brackets, yes.
No, I'm
You're
actually
listening?
trying to
You're
learn.
learning? Come
Then
ahead.
I think stop it.
Go register in the office, please.
This is free.
All right, so let's see. Read this sentence for me.
The correct one?
Read it. Read it.
5
5.
plus 12
Mm-hmm.
times 8
Plus 30.
plus 30 divided by 6 plus 8 subtract 5.
Good. Where do I start?
You're starting with your division. So 30 divided by 6.
Which comes first, multiplication or division? In the order of reading the sentence. What did you read first?
Bed mass.
Multiplication. Look at it.
You know better. So 12.
Right?
So
Yeah.
12 divided
No,
by
12 times 8.
sorry.
12 times 8. Right? What do you get?
I don't have that many fingers.
96.
Yes.
96. Nice.
10 times 8 is 80. 8 times 2 is 16. 80
Oh,
plus
that's the
16
new
is
math.
96.
Yeah, okay.
This is,
What was the math you were doing, sorry?
you know 12 times 8, right?
Let's do 10 times.
See,
It's the same thing as 10 times 8
plus 2 times.
plus 2 times 8.
That's kind of like what I do. It's like, you like round to the closest number and then you just kind of work up from there.
That's right.
I do that too,
And this is
but I always get
basically what
confused.
they're teaching right now in elementary school. This is what they want, how they want you to think in elementary school.
Well, how else do they want you to think?
Well, I used to have to do 12 times
We
8.
used
You had to know
we
your
used to
12
have
times
to do
8.
this. Like literally, we used to have to do this and then.
They used to,
work
yeah,
all
they used to
16.
quiz us on the
That's what it was
times
taught,
table.
yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
but now they're teaching it into breaking it down into its like simpler form and then adding.
Well, do you know Common Core math? I know it's off topic, but do you know about that in America?
Which one?
Common Core math?
No.
No. See
What is
videos
that?
that scare me. They 2 times 11 and you have 20 little things all going down in order to get to the answer. It's like, I think it's hurting kids.
It's like when
This is
when I
like-
saw my son doing long division the first. I was like, what are you doing? This is wrong. And he's like, no, this is wrong.
I feel so old. I remember my math teacher yelling at me and kicking me out because I had a watch that had a calculator on it. With a little- and that was the big sharp. And we used to sit there and be doing like with a pen, and she freaked out. Computers are a fad. You're never going to use them. It's like, where is she now? If it wasn't for computers, I'd have no money.
Okay, so what's next? What can I do next?
Division.
I can do the division at the same time, right? Because there is a plus. But if you don't feel comfortable with it, write the whole thing, right? Then start a new thing. So you have to do the division. So second thing I have to do would be the division. Oops. Trying. The division. 30 divided by 6 is?
5.
So plus 5 plus 8 minus 5. Are we good with that?
I got a problem with
What's the problem?
it.
Okay, now you see that it's only addition and subtraction, right? There's nothing else left, so I can put it all in the calculator right now, no problem, right? So I can go 5 plus 9 is 6, plus 5 plus 8 minus 5. Should be 109, is it?
One and nine.
All right. Let's try the next one.
Brackets.
Inside the bracket. So what do I have inside the bracket?
3 subtract 5.
Which is?
2, sorry. Oh,
Negative 2?
yeah.
2 subtract 4? Negative 2. All right. Now what do I have? What else is left? What do I have? So I have to multiply.
But.
So,
you have
negative-
to- But, yeah, see, there's 2 negative signs, so doesn't that become a positive?
Right? So that's a 2 times negative 2. Right? Because negative and negative gives me
A positive.
a positive.
In the bracket for the 3 and the 5, they're all negatives? It's
No, it's a 3 minus 5.
3 minus 5, okay.
Yeah.
But what's the negative in front of it then to make that?
That's
work?
multiplied by a negative.
It's multiplied by.
Yeah, so you're gonna see that it's a negative 1 right here. That's multiplied by it.
Okay.
Remember we talked about it about
Yeah,
yesterday or the day before
there's like
yesterday?
and there's nothing in front of it, there's a 1?
Yeah, invisible 1. Yeah. And then negative and negative is positive. So what's my answer?
It would be negative 4?
Yeah. Okay? So you see, I didn't start like doing things nonsensely, right? If that's a word, I don't know if that's a word. Without any sense. I had to follow the order, so I had to do my brackets first, simplify that, then move on. Okay. Can someone read C for me? So what do you see? 4.
4 minus 2 to the power of 2?
That's right.
Or times 6 divided by 8.
Good. So I have 4 minus 2 to the power of 2 times 6 divided by 8. Where do I start? The brackets. Right? So inside the bracket it's 4 minus 2, so that simplifies to 2.
Is the power not on that?
Yeah,
Or
it's
still
right there.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want you to get used to seeing different format, like this is to the power of 2, but it's still the same thing as right there. Okay? Good. So I finished what's inside my bracket. What would be my next step? After bracket comes bend.
Yeah,
B. Exponent.
Do your, to the power of 2.
So 2 to the power of 2 is 4. What's next? Yeah. Which is coming first in the order? Right? Remember division and multiplication, that these are the two that you can switch around. It depends on who you do first, whatever appears first in the equation, right? So if multiplication appears first, you have to do with that. If division appears first, you have to do division, right? In this case, it's multiplication. So 4 times 6 is 24 divided by 8. And then the last answer is going to be 3. Are we okay with this?
Question.
Yes.
I didn't write that. I didn't write it like this. I wrote it different when I did this today.
What's 2 times 12?
And then
Where did that,
we're done.
and where did that 2, you just did this basically. You just did this. And then you did this. You forgot to do this. 2 times 6 is 12. So, it ended up being the same answer, but it's not the right process. Okay, so you have to do 4 minus 2 first, right, which gives you 2. And to the power of 2, that's 6. You can't multiply that 6 by 2. You have to do this first. So if that was any other number other than 2.
So this was only because I figured out because I didn't do this recently. I got the answer.
Yeah, but what if I gave you this? Right? Now, if you do 6 times 3, it's going to give you 18, right? So if you actually do this, 2 to the power of 3, that's 8. 8 times 6 is not 8. So it did work out this time because of how the numbers are. So it's 2 to the power of 2. That's the only time. That's the only reason why it worked out. All right. Do you guys know what this symbol is? That thing. Do you know what it's called?
Those are dividing, isn't it?
It does look like dividing, but it is not.
Something I don't want to deal with.
Dividing is like this. Without this.
Okay,
thing.
true.
So what is this? Does anyone know what this is? Mary, do you know what this is? Square root. Square root is the opposite operation of square. You know how addition, the opposite operation of it is subtraction. The opposite operation of multiplication is division. The opposite operation of division is multiplication, right? Anytime I have a square, so like x squared, the opposite operation of a square is the square root. So the square root and the square, they cancel each other. Look on your calculator and find that square root button. You should find maybe few of them because there's some that would read like this, right? And some that would read like this, and some that would read like this, right? Depending on the calculator. Some calculator have. You have a couple. Which one? Which one? Yeah, the check mark would be the same. So yeah. So you have 1, 2, 3, right? So this is the square root. This is called the cube root, and this is called any other. So this is the one that you're.
6 is 6.
So sorry, which one? Yeah. Yep, that's the square root, and then this is like added, this is the cube root. It will be, yeah, you have to do service.
Philip, that's true, I can't even argue with you. Then you could do double. Why do you go to minus 10? Okay, good.
Yeah, for the square root, yes. Did you find it? Yes. Did you find it? Yeah. Did you find it? Yes. Okay, now, what do I have to do first? What do I have to do first? What does it say? What do I have to do first?
Brackets?
Brackets, right? So in this case, the whole thing inside the square root has to be done first. You have to simplify that first before you do anything else. So you're gonna have 3. What's 18 take away 6? 12. Right? Now, what's next? So I did my bracket, then what do I have to do? What do I have to do? I have to multiply the 3 by the 12, right? 3 times 12 is?
But saying that's multiplication though, the brackets, or that's just how square root is?
No, that's multiplication right here. The brackets, that means multiplication, right? Remember that if you do this, that's 3 times 4, right? All right, now when you do the square root of 36 on the calculator, try that and tell me what you get.
Six.
Yes.
What is the square root of?
A square root is the opposite of square. So if I go, what would 6 squared mean? What does 6 squared mean?
Double.
So
Right?
it's 6 times
2.
6.
It's like
6
square
squared
feet, no?
means, huh?
Square feet is the same thing?
Square feet is a measure of area.
Okay.
Yeah. But 6 squared means 6 times 6, right? We talked about that yesterday with the power. Do you
Oh,
guys
so
understand that?
So saying square root is, of 36
Is 6.
is like doing the question backwards.
That's right, exactly. Right? So what gives me 36? What two numbers that are the same, if I multiply them, it gives me 36. It's 6. Right? So this is what the square root of 36 means. It means you're looking for a number that multiplied by itself, it gives you 36.
So the square root of 100 would be 10.
That's correct. Because 10 squared is 100. Right? So remember that the square root and the square, they're opposite operation. Same as multiplication and division, they're opposite. Addition and subtraction, they're opposite.
So there's square and square root.
That's right.
And which one are we doing now again, sorry? Square root?
This one is the square root. So the square root of 36 is 6. Because if you think about it, when I do 6 squared, which is the opposite operation, when I do 6 squared, I'm gonna get 36. Right? When I do the 36, the square root of 36, I'm gonna get 6. Okay? Are we okay with this so far?